Today we have a BMW 2 Series behind me. We're going to do a full body wrap on it. We've already started it. We're getting to the point where we're going to do the trunk, and a lot of times on these trunk pieces the database patterns have them in 2 and sometimes 3 pieces. We're going to do this in bulk. We're going to do it in 1 piece and show you how to do it in 1 piece. And this way that we're going to do it will carry over into other types of trunks, whether it be a Tesla or a Honda, you name it. So let's get started on this. The first mistake that guys make is they cut their film too short. So when you measure, you want to measure from this point. A lot of times people get behind the car and they start measuring from here. So you want to measure and make sure you have enough film from here to go out and go down to the middle here, down here. So obviously we've debadged the car. It's got a nice little arc to it. You can see the arc in the trunk, and that's where guys run into a big problem. We've got enough film. We have a 30-inch wide piece of film, so it's 30 inches from there down to there, and then we're going to go 60 from there all the way to the other side. That gives us enough overhang to play with, to grab onto the film, because we're going to really grab onto it really firm, and you don't want to do that on a section that you're going to lay, because then you're just going to jack your film up and jack your adhesive up. So what we're doing here is we're squeegeeing this off, ensure that we don't have any contaminants left on the paint. And you always want to make sure that you squeegee your adjoining panels that you're going to be touching film with. So that meaning there's a piece of glass here, this quarter panel here, this one here, and any lights down along here. When you lay the film out flat on top of this trunk, it's, no problem, no need to stretch it, but you have all this here, and if you try to squeegee this down, you're just gathering up fingers in different spots, so this will never lay down, obviously, if you've done any type of PPF installing. So what we're going to do is we're going to create an anchor on this quarter panel or that quarter panel, whichever one Mike wants to put it on, and then we're going to pull and stretch it. We're not going to just aimlessly just stretch it straight across. We want to kind of pull and stretch it like we were wrapping it towards the front. So when I say wrapping it, we're not gonna just grab it, pull and stretch it. That you're just gonna give it too much stretch. So we're gonna pull and stretch it so it kind of goes like that, and then we'll work this up here on top. So let me get an anchor going here. Point here, and I'm going to pull this down a little bit and create an anchor point in this tail light, like so. And we're going to probably give this a couple of stretches, so he'll pull and stretch it that way, and I'll meet him around over here. And you can do this on your own. It doesn't have to be a 2-man job. So Mike's going to stretch and stretch and stretch and stretch, pull it. That should be good right about there. Okay. So what we're going to do here is he's got a good stretch, so we're going to tack it to the tail light here and to the quarter panel here. We're going to readjust this panel here. And it's just tacked there, so give it another little readjustment right there.
When you're doing that pull, I'm getting a lot of stress out of here, which is important, which is great.
And then tack this again. So you've got that down. You've worked out the key fingers out of here, and realistically all you have left are these ones that are up here on the corners. And so if you were doing, say, a Tesla that has the parts that come up, you would want to cut out the piece of glass right there so you're not fighting that excess film. But here, since we've got the beamer, all we have to do is really just kind of give it a tug back to this corner and then re-anchor. So we've done another readjustment on it. And now basically what we have is something that's flat and all the fingers are managed. And the first place we want to squeegee down is this right here before it has a chance to somewhat dry out. So you want to squeegee this back in here first. Make sure we get the crown real good. We don't want to leave any types of moisture in that crown that we're going to have to deal with tomorrow. All right. So this is as simple as just squeegeeing that out. I'm lifting in these areas right here and putting my alcohol in there. What happens is if you squeegee this and you think, oh, I'm going to come back later and squeegee that back down with some tack solution or your alcohol solution, what ultimately ends up happening is you get a line right here where it's been lifted off the panel. And while Mike's doing that side, I'm going to start with the top here. Okay, so what I'm dealing with here is this. So if I leave this sit here while I go and work on another part of the car, there's tension right here, and this will leave a line here. And this is all based on my experience. So I put some tack underneath there. Got that tacked all the way to the edge. It's going to lift right here again. So I'm just going to pull up a little section here and spray some more tack underneath here. And now we're down here. And then you want to just scan your panel. I'm using the reflection of the light from outside to locate any types of debris or anything. I don't want to get this all on and then be surprised tomorrow with a piece of debris. And that all looks good. Got all of our slip out of there. Now you can see where we cut. It's not on the car. We're actually cutting inside that channel right there, and we're using the other panel as a guide to cut the film. And then our excess that we have will wrap underneath on the edge, and we'll use heat to help seal that up. So on the back here, you can see we've trimmed this, and we don't leave a whole lot of film here. We leave a minimal amount of film to wrap underneath there. This is an easy panel to wrap, but when you get into hood, sometimes it's hard to get to the back of the hood where it meets the windshield, but this is fairly simple to do. And we'll rinse all this out here with some tack solution, get all the slip out of there, and then we'll use some heat and heat it up, and we'll be able to start wrapping this right away. Hey guys, I hope this video helped you out. If it did, please hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. If you have any questions, leave those in the comments as well. Stick around, we'll have more to come.